Uh-oh, Obama's here. Good morning, kids. It's December 22nd. It's almost. We're not live yet, I guess. Okay, it's December 22nd. Hi, kids. Here we are. Yay. I think it's live. I don't really know. Yes, there we are. Mmm. Yummy coffee. Yummy coffee. So, kids, here we are. Good morning, Sarah and Dexter. I love your name, Dexter. So I need to do my disclaimer real quick. We're not on Facebook yet. We're just me and you. It's intimate with me and you. And my disclaimer is I am Buck Angel. This is the B Cup. I speak only from my own opinions, my own thoughts. I do not represent any community. I especially do not represent the transgender community. I talk a lot about not being transgender and about being a transsexual man, which is totally different than a transgender man, yet somehow we've been lumped under an umbrella term. I talk a lot about that because it's very important to me. So some people like what I say, some people dislike what I say. It's okay. What we need to understand is respect each other's thought processes. That's why we're here, Wendy. That's why we're here, Dexter. And that's why we're here, Sarah, to have a conversation, my friends. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. Do you have your coffee? I do that because I get attacked. I do that exact disclaimer because I get attacked by people out there who think for some reason I'm a representation. Good morning, Philip. I'm not a representation. How many times do I have to say that? It's as if no one wants to hear it, but they just want to make these accusations. Why do people want to make so many accusations? It's just bizarre. Remember, behind me, am I going on the right side? I can't tell. I love you. So now let's get on to Facebook. Okay, kids, here we go. We're going to talk about what if. What if? Good morning, children. What if? I love you this morning. It's Friday. It's December 22nd, and we are on our way to Christmas. Yay! I like Christmas. So, before I start, I'm going to do my little disclaimer here. My name is Buck Angel, and this is the B Cup. And the B Cup and Buck Angel do not represent any community, any group of people. We talk about our opinions. We talk about, we have dialogue. We don't really care what you think about us. We like to have conversations. So if you think this is a representation of a community, it is not. Move over. What I say is my own opinion. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to care about it. You can hate it. But it's my opinion. And this show is about talking, about dialogue, and about moving forward and not about hating. So there you go. I don't represent anybody. Cheers. Good morning, kids. Story and Ben and Margaret and Sam, and here we go, kids. It's cold. It's 48 in Los Angeles. That's cold for LA, kids. All you kids from Canada, go Dodgers. All you kids from Canada are laughing at me. Yeah, Philip. So I was talking to YouTube because I have YouTube and Facebook, as you know, going at the same time. So I was talking about the fact that I don't represent anybody, and Philip over on YouTube said that's, and I say because I get attacked. And the attacking comes from insecurity. Good morning, Katie and Rita and Tony and Dana and Gordon. Good morning from Dallas, South Carolina, Arizona. Right on. Hello and shout out from Joe. Hey, Joe. Okay, it's 28. Where are you, Danielle? Where are you? And we got Summit, Missouri in the house and Vancouver. Oh, I love Vancouver. It's so beautiful. Good morning, Kathy. Okay. Rochester. Did you know that I'll be in New York, kids? I'll be in New York for New Year's Eve. I'm doing a special show for New Year's Eve in New York City. I'm trying to think about how putting together a little coffee get-together, maybe on Sunday, New Year's Eve day. If anybody's in New York, maybe we should do that and maybe have a real quick little live B-Cup. That would be kind of cool. Ohio's in the house and Washington. So New Year's Eve, New York City, Trampa's there performing. So, I can't tell you, it's a secret. You're not invited because it's a secret party. Trampa does these little secret parties. Good morning, Dean and Danielle. Good morning, my friend. And oh, right on. Hi, Nina from Helsinki. What a beautiful city Helsinki is. That's so awesome. Story says my birthday is New Year's. Want to fly in from Dallas. All right, right. Well, you can't. It's a private party. I wish I could invite you. So, kids, here we go. Let's start the conversation, or should we wait a minute? Or you want to start the conversation? You want to start? Hi, Dean. You want to start the Hi, Carrie Ann. Nice to see you. Junior, nice to see you from Newfoundland. Right on. And Rain, nice to see you too. Yeah, I'm coming to New York. I'll be there next weekend. So, I can't tell you, my friend. No, I'll tell you later. So, I really know because I want to get talking about identity. You know, it's one of my favorite things to talk about. And I posed yesterday when we were talking about identity, and I was talking about an umbrella term. It's 50 in Ohio. It's 75 in Houston, right? But this is LA. It's 48 in LA. That's just okay, Chris. Let's roll with it. So, yesterday we were talking about identity, right? And then I was talking to you about the fact that I don't particularly care to be, good morning, Patrick, under an umbrella term. I find it actually disrespectful. Now, I understand both sides of the story. I understand why they made a transgender umbrella term. I totally understand. It's logical. I'm logical. I understand why. But, so there's that. But what I don't particularly care for is that I'm not transgender. I'm transsexual. But I'm being completely forced. Good morning from Stockholm. Right on, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Buck, is being forced to use a label that does not represent me, even though the umbrella label somewhere underneath there is supposed to be transsexual. But I'm hearing two sides to that story. I'm hearing that no one's allowed to use the word transsexual because now it's a slur and now it's or it's antiquated. Both of those things are disrespectful to my identity and to the identity of others. So what I'm getting at, I sound like I'm rambling, but I'm not. So what I'm getting at right now is this. My identity has been put under an umbrella term. I don't like that. I have been fighting to regain my identity as a transsexual back as a valid, alone identity without me having to be forced under an umbrella term. That said, I understand why they make umbrella terms. They do it in order to supposedly educate the rest of the world easier. So what they're doing is they're lumping us into a form to make it easier to educate the rest of the world. Bullshit. I call bullshit on that. Right on, Daphne. But why did they do it? That's the reasoning behind. The reasoning behind that I get from some trans people who are trying to calm me down and tell me that actually the umbrella term is really a good idea. And I disagree. It is not a good idea. It actually really does take people's identities away. So that is what I believe. So then I went onto my Instagram and I posed this question, okay? Rain says they do it to make it easy and not to actually learn anything. Exactly my point. That's not what they're saying. So I went on Instagram yesterday and I posed this question. I put Rain. I like you, Rain. Listen, I posed this question. So to the LGBTQ, I left out the T, community. Let's say one day they decided that they wanted to make an umbrella term for LGBTQ people. And in that umbrella term, good morning, Alex. Good morning, Melody. They decided that they wanted to take the word queer as using as an umbrella term for LGBTQ people. So now there would no longer be lesbian, gay, bisexual, or queer. Everything would be queer. Good morning, Pete. Amal says, but okay, let me finish first. So then I posed that question. What if? What if they took it and they forced you to start to identify as queer now? You can't identify as a lesbian. You can't identify as a gay man. You can't identify as a bisexual person. You have to identify as queer because queer now is this new umbrella term for your identity. I posed that question and some people said I would be totally fine with the queer umbrella term. Fair enough. But some people said, no, I would not be queer. I would not be okay with that because you're forcing me to take on an identity that's not mine. Okay? So I'm like, get it, people? Do you get it? Right? Everyone should be, who cares? Why are we making things simple? Why are we making things simple for supposedly them? Bullshit. Who needs to be simple? Who needs to be simple? Isn't LGBTQ already an umbrella term? Yes, my friend, it is. But the good thing about the LGBTQ acronym is it still identifies your identity. So L, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer. That's what's great about LGBTQ. It is an umbrella term that actually states each individual identity. Brilliant. The transgender label does not do that. It just says transgender, forces you to be transgender, and does not give you any options to be transsexual, transgender, non-conforming, gender binary, fluid, they. It falls under that whole category. Bullshit. I call bullshit on that. You can't do that. So my belief is you can't do that. You have taken away identity. LGBTQ, whatever, states in that particular acronym our identities. I feel totally comfortable with that. I don't feel comfortable with the umbrella term queer because I don't identify as queer and I also don't identify as transgender. So where is my identity in all of this new community politics? Where is my identity as a transsexual man who is bisexual? Where? If I am forced to be a queer and I am forced to be a transgender, where is transsexual and where is bisexual? Because my actual sexual identity is bisexual and my identity is male but transsexual. Talk to me, people. Talk to me. Talk to me. I want to know what you feel. You don't have to feel like me. Don't worry. We're not going to get into a craziness here. We're going to get into a conversation. Talk to me. How do you feel about umbrella terms? What do you feel about your own identity? Do you feel as if you're being forced to identify as an elephant when you're not an elephant? Okay, Leah, here we go. We are more than just a label. When they umbrella, it means they're simple-minded. They don't have the capacity to open their minds enough to have differences with people. We're not allowed to be different, forcing you to be put into the pile to recognize all of us because we don't exist without their exactly, you got it, congratulations, Leah, that's exactly what I believe, exactly. They are forcing us to do that in order for us to be validated. You know how I feel about being validated. I don't need your validation. Are you fucking kidding? Some of us fucking almost died getting here. Chris says, IMO labels are a social construct. My only label is human. I'm a woman. Just right. No, but that's not my point. You're right. Labels are labels, but we all use them. Melody says, what about labels like Truscum, which is often used nowadays to attack those of us who identify as transsexual? What? Hold up. I need a drink of my coffee. Melody. Hold up. The whole conversation has changed. Melody said something to me that I'm just about to throw up. What about labels like Truscum? Truscum? That is a label now that's used to attack the identities of transsexuals. Wow, please elaborate. I've experienced this fair bit the last couple of years where this term comes from. This is lateral hostility in the trans community at its worst. How do I'm penning this. Oh my God, Melody, you just blew my fucking mind. Are you hearing me? Margaret, good morning, my friend, and Star, you're not an elephant. Karen, hi from Missouri and Hawaii. Individuality isn't important. They make us feel like we're not. They don't give us the opportunity. They don't give us the opportunity. Who are they? Can somebody answer to me who they are? Who has made the world? Who has made these new umbrella term rules? My grandmother from day one has always taught me that labels will only use to divide people. It's real. Listen to Grandma. Melody, can you DM me that link, or somebody DM me that link that Melody just, I am fucking just livid. Boy, I am livid. There's an actual fucking disrespectful, rude ass slur. Ugh, made in the trans community against other trans people. I have just had it. Melody, you just ruined my day. Not really. Sarah, hi Buck. Hi Buck, love you. Having a hard time this year with labels. My dad uninvited my partner myself to the holidays due to his homophobia. My partner is starting. Listen to me, Sarah. Listen to me, Sarah. Right now, Sarah. Let it go. You are so lucky you're not going to that fucking holiday party. You are so lucky the universe is on your side, Sarah. You're looking at it the wrong way. Back up, my friend. Sit down, grab your coffee, and Trampa's going to tell you why you are so fucking lucky. Sarah, you don't want to go there. Who the fuck cares? That's not your family. Do you understand? Redefine family. Redefine love. Get out of your head. You have been programmed to believe that whoever popped you out of their tummy and whoever raised you, they're your family. It's not true. It's not true. Your family is who you are loved by, respected by, enjoy being with. That is family. The definition of family. I don't give a fuck if your mother gave birth to you and your father fed you on the dinner table. That doesn't mean they're your parents, and it actually means you shouldn't fucking be there. When somebody disrespects your own self, including your family, and tell them Trampa said so. Move on, my friend. Create your own beautiful fucking holiday. Get some fucking amazing food. Get some nice cannabis. Light some candles. Maybe call a couple of friends. Watch some killer-ass movies. Get really stoned and eat a cake. Have fun. Fuck your dad. You know what I'm saying? Fuck your dad. And I don't mean any disrespect for that because you don't belong there. You don't belong there. Move on, my friend. That's how you handle that. Friends, this is the holiday season. People have opinions. People have opinions during the holiday season. They don't necessarily like you just because you're their daughter or son. Let's be real here. Family is who you choose to be around, who loves you. It doesn't matter if they're your family. And don't spend time. Hold on, I'm going crazy. Samantha says, I have an issue that is driving me nuts. What is up with that post saying that pedophilia is now going to be a part? What? That's not true, Samantha. Don't listen. That's bullshit. Somebody on the outside of our community throwing shit against the wall to see if it sticks. Don't worry. Okay, send that privately to me, Melody. I very much need to be on top of that. Castile, good morning, my friend. Honestly, I don't think it's fair to stick us under one term. It takes away from who we are as an individual. We are enforced to validate. Exactly. Exactly, Castile. That is exactly what I'm talking about. We should not be. My opinion is we should not be. Oh, it's pronounced true scum, also known as trans medicalist and trans fundamentalist, are trans people who delegitimize the gender of the other trans people. They claim, oh my God, I can't read that right now. I want to cry. What has happened? Star, no, I'm so tired of everybody having this nasty just negativity in their life and then spewing it and dispensing it out into the public. I'm going to end up in jail. No, you're not. Let them spew. Do you know how much I get attacked? Do you know? Let me look over here on YouTube for a minute. That makes me sick too, Philip. How disgusting. It's called, how is it pronounced again, Melody? True scum. It's pronounced true scum. Look it up. It's spelled Truscum. Wow, I am fucking disgusted in this community sometimes. Who are these people? I totally agree. I had to move away from my mom. Look, you guys, it's the holiday. Dean says, who are these leaders that are in our community that are designing labels? Who are they? Who are they? Don't you want to know who these are gatekeepers. Who are they? Who are they? I need to know because I need to have a serious conversation with somebody. Because I'm not sitting down until I die. You're going to have to seriously knock me out or sit down and listen to me because I'm not going anywhere. You're not doing this. It's not happening. I'm going to find I am going to find who these gatekeepers are. I am going to find who continually redefines our community. I'm going to find who thinks that they can tell us how to be. I'm going to find along with you. Brittany says, oh my God, true scum are people who think dysphoria is an essential component of being trans, and anyone who doesn't experience it is fake. What? What? What is happening? Appropriating transness, a transgender. They often exclude non-binary. Oh, so it's the other. I'm confused. I'm confused about the definition. Rain says, I definitely have something to look into after this. Yes, we are family, kids. We are family, kids. Always say it every day. Every day, say it. Brittany says, Sarah, if you are anywhere near the Twin Cities, you have a You're going to make me cry, Brittany. You're going to make me cry, Brittany. Did you see what Brittany just said to Sarah, who Sarah's family just fucking dumped them for Christmas because people are fucking mean and rude and don't understand what the holidays are about? The holidays are about love and compassion and giving and finding space for people who don't have space. And so Sarah's family was all like, fuck you, you can't come. You're a fucking tranny or whatever the fuck they said to you. And Brittany said to Sarah, if you are anywhere near the Twin Cities, you have a friend and a family here, that you guys are welcome. And that's the B cup. I love you, Brittany, and I love you, Sarah, and I love all of you because that's the way you do it. It doesn't matter if Sarah is an elephant and you're a giraffe. It doesn't matter. An elephant and a giraffe can actually sit at the table together and actually have a great conversation about how does it feel to be an elephant and how does it feel to be a giraffe. And then you learn and you respect and you move on and you have coffee and you go home. And look, Rain, Sarah, if you're near New York, you and your partner, what? You guys are fucking killer. Awesome. You guys are amazing. How do we not have this at a bigger level? How do we not have this giving at a bigger level? How, kids? YouTube. How? Why? It's so beautiful when people reach out to other community members. That's community. Someone go look at the definition of community. Stars making can of gingerbread. Oh, is it gluten-free? Send me it. I can eat gluten-free cookies, kids. So, Carrie says, I identify as a woman first. I have used the term transgender because of my non-op status. But that's fine, Carrie. Call yourself whatever you want. Everyone, what if you were forced? What if today, right now, I'm going to pose this question. Eden says, because if they don't see us as individuals, it's easier to brush us aside. And they can say, hey, look, we are trying and accepting the trans thing or just being needy, asking. Exactly. I don't need any validation from anybody. Okay? Rain says, because misinformation keeps people divided, confused, and angry. Okay? Daphne, what about death threats? Oh, you know what? I do get death threats. I got death threats very early on in my career. I went to Yale University and spoke, and why is the inside of my ear all itchy? They actually had to get me security for the whole time I was in Yale because they said they were going to kill me at Yale University. Really, kids? Seriously. Seriously. So Melody says, if you identify as transsexual, some people accuse you of supporting the binary and erasing the non-binary. So that's when you often get the label. Yeah, fuck off. I am binary. And I do talk about the binary. And the binary will be here forever. So you people out there who keep saying gender doesn't exist are fucking rude and disrespectful to the people who do choose to identify in the binary. Me. I'm a man. I will always be a man. Stop telling us that gender it might be a social construct. You don't really know that. Prove it. Prove it. Somebody prove that gender is a social construct. Prove it. I want to look at cavemen. Prove it. So do you think a caveman learned to take that and beat the shit out of the animal to eat it and give it to the lady to cook it? Do you think that? Where was it constructed and how and why? Tell me, I want to know. Because I don't believe that. I believe it's natural. I believe it's natural for me to feel like a man. I think it's natural for me to walk the world masculine. It might not be for you. And you might feel gender nonconforming, but that doesn't mean that fucking gender isn't here and it doesn't exist. It's real. It's existed from the time this goddamn earth became an earth, and it will be here forever. Stop erasing people's fucking identity because you're so goddamn insecure about your own identity that you have to try to make other people accept your identity before their own identity. Fuck off. Gender is here. Gender is real. Gender is not socially constructed. I disagree with you 100%. I disagree. Prove it to me and I might change my mind. But all I know is I've always felt masculine. I've always wanted to look like G.I. Joe. I've always felt this way. I figured out my own masculinity. You tell me that a man with a pussy was socially constructed? Are you fucking kidding? A man with a pussy at the level I'm at didn't exist until I started screaming it out my fucking lungs. So go fuck yourself. There wasn't even gender nonconforming when I was a man with a pussy. So where did gender nonconforming come from? I don't really care, and I'm happy for you, and I think it's so fucking awesome that you're gender nonconforming, but stop telling me that I'm not a man because you're gender nonconforming and you're so fucking insecure about your own identity that you have to throw my identity under the bus. A rant. I don't know what you people think about what I said, and I care, but I'm not going to change my mind until you show me. S. Deborah says, I feel like doing 2 claps and a booty slap. You made me so happy that I can. Rain says, right on. Stop trying to tell us what I am. Yes, hi. Jay says, yes, thank you for saying that. Because I believe it. Leah says, we could talk all day on the theory of everything. And that's the point. Thad says, talk beautiful man. Just very true. Just calling it what it is. That's Carrie says, from my earliest memories, I've always felt female. I don't understand. It's not socially constructed. It's not. Stop telling us our own story. Stop telling me how I feel. Stop telling me how I am. Just because you don't know who you are and you have to keep making up identities along the way, which good for you. I am happy that you can continually change your identity to they, them, she, who, what, where. Great. Do it. But don't tell us that we don't exist because you don't know who you are. It's exactly what's happening. It's exactly what's happening. People out there in a new generation don't even know themselves. They so don't know themselves that they look at us who do know ourselves and who are so focused and in our own shit that they hate us. They're jealous of us. They're envious of us. They have such low self-esteem and no love in their hearts that they attack us and create places that we get, what? Pushed. Why are we letting them do that? Azra says, good morning, my friend. I'm not binary because I'm being intersex and not because I don't pass. Yet I also accept the fact that there are many who are binary. That's being inclusive. You don't have to identify how I identify. You only have to respect my identity. It is real, okay? Preach it, Trampa. Buck, I have a couple of G.I. Joe dolls. You know how I love G.I. Joe kids. G.I. Joe sits here and stares at me all day long. This is my idol. This is my idol. Which is kind of weird because it's military. And I don't really believe in war. But what I do believe in is this little man. And this little man here changed my life. And this little man gave me an opportunity to become this man. Because every day growing up, when I was in the 60s, when I was growing up in 1960, we didn't have the internet, and we didn't have trans, and we didn't have trans community, and we didn't have gender nonconforming, and we didn't even have therapists. And this was my therapist. G.I. Joe was my therapist. So that, to me, is my idea of masculinity. Now, is this socially constructed? Possibly. Possibly. G.I. Joe could be socially constructed. I believe that, yes. Because he's a doll. He's a doll. You can socially construct a doll. Easy. Because look, when they designed him, they socially designed him to meet the standards of what some people believe are masculine. That's socially constructed. I'm not. Mine was already in my brain. Right? Mine was already in my brain. So he might be. And he's beautiful and lovely. And he's my savior. He saved my life. He saved my life. I don't know if you know this about G.I. Joe, but I'll tell you this really quick. G.I. Joe, look, G.I. Joe has a vagina. Do you see that? Look, did you know that G.I. I'm sorry, I didn't ask if it was okay. Oops, that was actually very rude of me. He said, I'm not cool with that. I'm just kidding. I sound like I told a crazy person. Anyway, kids, so it's 9/11. I love you guys a lot. It's such an important conversation. Let's not let it just go. Let's just not conform to what other people want us to do. We conformed already. I'm 55. I'm going to keep telling you. Fuck, people, I conformed already. I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to do it again. Alex says, are you able to unmute that I can only see one comment at a time? Well, no, I kind of want to keep that penned. It's bothering you that much. Is the pen bothering all you guys? Melody, I think labels like true, how do you pronounce it again? Have been invented by the non-binary to try and force transsexual people to conform. 100% it has. 100%. 100%. We have been told that we are no longer people. We are no longer our own chosen identity. We have been told that you must identify under an umbrella term or you're not. We've been told that gender is dead. What? We've been told so many crazy, and I'm saying crazy, because I'm using it in the context of crazy, not you're crazy, but the whole thought process is crazy. Stop taking words out of context. Stop taking words. Intent and context, people. Grow up. These children who are actually in universities, kids, are the ones attacking our language. These are university students who are supposed to be learning about how to have dialogue, how to fucking totally move around in the world, yet they aren't. They are not. Those are the ones who are attacking us and taking away gender and taking away words that identify people. What the fuck? I am not sitting down. There's a new year coming. As far as I'm concerned, and I will cheer you to this, as far as I'm concerned, it's time to take back the community, to take it back and put it to a space where we love each other, where we respect each other, where we can, but I want to keep it pinned without removing it. You can click hide, but I don't want to hide it. I want everybody to see what Melody said. Can all of you see that pinned message from Melody? It's a very important message. And the reason why I have it pinned, but I don't want to fuck you up if you can't read the other things. You understand? Okay, kids. I'm going to let YouTube go. Good morning and goodbye. And I love you guys very much. And thank you for always having conversation with me. Have a beautiful day. Identity is your identity. It's not other people's identity. Fight for your identity if you have to. Okay? But nobody has the right to define you, not one single person. And if someone ever says to you, actually, transsexual is a slur or a antiquated term, you have to. It is your obligation, if you are a transsexual person, to actually stick up for the word transsexual and tell people to fuck off and explain the definition of transsexual and transgender. Learn it. Learn it. Educate people. We have to be able to take our own transsexual identity back and put it out there next to transgender, not under transgender. It needs to be next to transgender. Pinned right next. Next to that needs to be lesbian, needs to be gay, needs to be bisexual, needs to be queer, needs to be gender nonconforming. It needs to be in a row, not hierarchy. Who's the hierarchy? Who's the hierarchy? Okay, kids, I gotta go on YouTube. I love you.